Thank you so much. I'm going to have a lot of fun with this robe tomorrow at training. I very like the colours. Chancellor, Mr. David Gonski, Dean, Professor David Dixon, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for having me here tonight. I'd like to acknowledge the traditional custodians of the land on which we meet, the Gadigal people of the Eora Nation. I would also like to pay my respects to elders past and present of the Eora Nation and extend that respect to other Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people present. New graduates, congratulations. Congratulations on the dedication and perseverance you have shown in reaching this milestone, on the discipline and focus you have learnt in coming this far, on the importance you have placed on formal education and, of course, your graduation. Most importantly, congratulations on the successes you will have from here on in utilising these skills, education and experience in being and creating a better future and a better world. Your role is so important in society. Your presence is key to our future. I am honoured to stand here tonight amongst each of you because this and what you have done is, I believe, the foundation of great things to come. In my experience, the richness of learning and opportunity comes not only from the formal education that you receive, but the people you meet, the situations you encounter, and the mistakes you make. I'm sure many of you have learnt in some way or another the importance of preparation and felt the stress of deadlines. I'm sure you've experienced the support of good friendships and the pull of peer pressure. You may also have started to understand the strength of your own mind in challenging situations and the weakness of your own body after too many unibar drinking competitions. Not everyone is as privileged as we are to be in this position. That is, to be standing here having had the opportunity to be educated, to have had the opportunity to go to a good school, attend university, work hard, and of course graduate. Often we don't realise how lucky we are to have this opportunity to be educated in such a well-respected university like this one, because we take education for granted. I have seen and met so many people in so many areas that don't have the opportunity to be educated like we have, who cannot read and write and have not been able to participate in learning like we have. I recently went to a charity event and met a young Indigenous man who shared his story to me. He is the youngest of 6 and he lives with his mother here in Sydney. He doesn't have much to do with his 2 older brothers anymore, as they're in the correctional system for making bad choices. He loved his brothers and he wanted to be like them until they both dropped out of school and didn't work and didn't contribute to helping mum at home. He was in year 5 at primary school and wanted something more than what his brothers were doing. His friends at school were all talking about what high school they were going to go to and how they would have to leave home to become boarders. So what did my new friend do? He went online knowing that his mum couldn't afford to send him away to a boarding school and was looking at options for scholarships that he could apply for. He printed off the application forms and he took them home and he showed his mum. She wasn't too impressed about what he had found and thought it would be a long shot for her child. So she didn't fill out the application and she told her son that there was nothing wrong with the schools around home. A year went past and he was still dreaming of moving away to a boarding school and, like his friends, to get the best education he could think of. So he filled out the application for a Yalari Foundation scholarship and he told his mum that he needed to sign the form for a school trip. She signed the form, he sent the application off. 2 months later, he was having an interview with the CEO of the Yalari Foundation. The charity event that we were at was the 10-year anniversary of the Yalari Foundation, and my new friend was in his 2nd year at university studying journalism. In my opinion, education is an absolute underlying key for people to achieve their goals. not just because it provides them with more knowledge and understanding of the world and the people around them, but because it enables people to dream big. Dreams are about things that we wouldn't otherwise dream about, but it is the foundation for achieving our dreams, not the guarantee. I hope you always appreciate this opportunity you have to learn, to grow, to dream, to do. When I think back to my schooling, primary school, high school, I was really shy. I was one of the younger kids and I didn't like to talk a lot. But I love learning and I love to listen, so it suited me fine. I do remember my report cards were all quite consistent across all subjects and throughout all grades. They all said, "He is quiet but shows potential." In 1997, when I was drafted to the Sydney Swans, at first my coach at the time said exactly the same thing, "Shows potential." But he took it one step further, and it was only then that this comment really resonated with me. He said, "You are here and you have been drafted because you show potential. That got you here. But now, what are you going to do with it?" And it suddenly hit me. We were all there because we had potential. We were one of the lucky ones that had a level of skill that someone else had seen. We had the potential to do more, but the difference now was whether we chose to do something with it. That's when I realised the real challenges and work started then. To learn about my teammates, the Swannies, an organisation I'd never been to before, learn about my achievements and learn about myself, how I would handle stress, how I see challenges and how to utilise my ability. So what are you going to do with your potential? I'm sure there have been many challenges to get you guys to where you are, but even the biggest challenges are what comes next and what you choose to do with it from here and which path you choose to take. Challenges do not mean what's in front of us is impossible. In my eyes, they are opportunities for me to use my potential that others have seen. Sometimes we just need to break it down, what's in front of us, prioritise what's important and be present in the moment. Yes, there may be sacrifices along the way. There certainly were for me. But what motivated me through these challenges and sacrifices was my desire to work the hardest I could to reach and achieve my goals, my dreams. And what I know of my chosen industry, which I'm sure doesn't differ that much from yours in that your skill and talent is what got you here, but it is your mindset, determination, dedication and discipline. The way in which you handle what gets thrown at your way, that will make you stand out. Some of you may go on to do further studies. Some of you may go on to start your career. Some of you may already be midway through one of them. All of you have the basis to do whatever you want. So be excited. Don't be daunted by your potential, chosen career, what the future holds, or what you can achieve. But who am I to tell you what to do? I'm just an Utna Narunga man that went to school, but not university. I'm just a footy player with a good kick and a really offensive dance. But I am also a guy that has had a desire to learn, and one that feels so proud and privileged for having such a rich education. I'm only here to tell you my thoughts and share with you my experiences. It's up to you to do the right thing from here. But what is the right thing? You know what? I don't know. Here's what helps me along the way though. Firstly, what is the right thing for the team and the people around me? In my case, that's for my family and friends, my fellow Swannies teammates and my Go Foundation colleagues. I often ask myself, if I was on the receiving end, how would this affect me? Secondly, what's the right thing for me, for my goals and for my dreams? And sometimes this is the most challenging decision. to make because it involves sacrifices. And thirdly, the right thing is being true to yourself, your values, the rules you play by. For me, for many of you, I suspect this also might be the law. So for me, this is standing up for what I believe in. That is the rights of the Indigenous community, eradicating racism and giving back to society by helping the underprivileged. And my most recent one that I have learnt, the right thing to do is to make sure if you're ever going to do some sort of dance, celebration move or war cry, you call and let people know first. All the best to everyone in the room tonight. I look forward to seeing and hearing you do great things. Thanks a lot.